Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I tone my hair. I'm also going to give you a few tips and tricks at the end, so stay tuned for that. And I'm going to also go through when to use what toner. And what I mean by that is when to use ash, when to use a platinum or purple based toner, or when to use like a neutral toner, and also about mixing them. So if you want to see how I tone my hair, then just keep watching. So as you can see, my hair has a slight yellow tone to it. Nothing too bad, but I do want to just tone it down a little bit and make it a little more of a neutral blonde. I'm going to zoom you in just so you can see what I mean by more of a warm yellow tone. I wanted to come on with my hair dry and it is slightly damp. The first thing I did when I got in the shower was got my hair wet. I have no idea why I even told myself not to do it, but the toner that I use is by Paul Mitchel, and I am a licensed cosmetologist, and if you cannot get professional products like I can, Sally's does have Wella, which is also a great brand of color, and they have really good toners as well. So that's the one that I would recommend. The Paul Mitchel one, like I was saying, you do it when your hair is damp or like at the sink. So I'm going to go and get my hair damp and then I will be right back. So my hair is now damp and I'm wearing a shirt that I do not care about. So like I said, I'm going to be using Paul Mitchel, and the one I'm going to be using is the UTNB, and it's the Ultra Toner Neutral Blonde. This doesn't have a purple or ash or anything in it. I don't want platinum hair, and if I do use a UTP, which is the platinum toner in the Paul Mitchel line, it will turn my hair a purplish tint or make it too platinum, and that's not the look I'm going for. And if I use ash, it will probably turn some of the pieces a blue color, and you do have to be very careful when toning your hair. So I'm just going to put some in my bowl that I have here. And all toners are different, but with the Paul Mitchel toner, I like to use the clear developer, and you always use a 5 volume with the Paul Mitchel. I know Wella, I think you use 10, don't quote me on that. You always read the instructions before you actually mix and add my developer. And I like just to eyeball it, but I recommend, if you normally don't do your own hair, just to use a measuring cup of some sort. And with the Paul Mitchel color, I have to whisk it, so that's what I'm going to do, and it takes a while. It's the only thing I don't really like about Paul Mitchel color is you have to whisk it, or else it literally would take like 5 minutes just using a brush, and it already takes a long time when you're whisking it. So one thing I do not like about Paul Mitchel color toners. And I have short hair, so I don't section my hair when I tone it, but if you have longer hair, I would recommend for sure sectioning it. So I have it mixed up, and you can use a brush, but what I like to do is just use my hand since I do have short hair. The brush is a little unnecessary when you have short hair, but it might make it a little easier if you have long hair. So I will show you how I use the brush, and then I will show you how I normally just do it. So dip your brush into the toner. My mirror is over here, so I'm going to be looking in this direction. So I'm going to put it on. And then I would section it about a 1/2 inch wide. And then put it on the back, lay it flat, and then just add more color like so. And you want to work pretty quickly with toner. That's the main reason I just like to use my hands, so that's what I'm going to do. I will literally just slap it on there. Not too professional. Normally I would use a brush in the salon, but on my own hair I find it's kind of hard to use a brush. So I just like to use my hands. And the toner I use, you can either use it for 10 to 20 minutes, but sometimes I find I don't even need the full 10. So you really just want to be careful and just watch it the whole time. I literally look in the mirror the whole time I'm toning my own hair. Because at the salon, when I'm doing a client, I'm literally at the bowl the whole time. I do not leave that bowl with the client at all, because you can overtone, which I do not like to do. Say they had another color underneath the bleach that I did or they did, whatever, and it might be kind of splotchy. So sometimes what you'll have to do is, if you have like splotchy hair, what you will do, or what I would recommend to do, some people might not do this, but I always like to do it like the orange parts or the yellow parts first, and then whatever parts aren't as orange or yellow, do that after like as soon as it reaches like the same sort of tone, because if you just do it all at once, some are going to be overtoned, some might not be toned enough, so that is another thing that I would recommend. The reason I have to tone my hair, I actually wasn't planning on it, but I gave myself a Malibu treatment, and if you don't know what that is just a treatment that takes care of rust. I have hard water, I don't have a water softener, so there's a lot of mineral deposit and buildup in our water, so that is what I had to do. And sometimes what that does is it lifts color or a toner that was previously on your hair. So that is the main reason that I am toning my hair right now, and that's why I am also just using a neutral toner. Now, a lot of people talk about Malibu treatments, but they're a really great thing. They help get rid of the rust, but they also help prep the hair before you get it colored, or before you color somebody's hair if you work in a salon. And I like to do also, if somebody wants to go lighter and they have like color on their hair that's a pretty dark color, I will do a Malibu treatment just to sort of lift any extra color that could come up with a Malibu treatment. And I should say, toning hair at home, you have to be very careful, but I would never recommend to bleach your hair at home. I used to do it when I was in high school and was too cheap to go to a salon, or I couldn't afford to go to a salon. I know some people can't, but bleaching your hair at home can be so tricky, and I really would not recommend it unless, I know some people do know what they're doing, but you just have to be so careful. I know your hair can fall out if you over bleach your hair, and it's just a kind of scary thing that's happened to me before, and it's not supposed to happen to your hair, so you just have to be very careful. I hate preaching to people because I know with being licensed cosmetologist, some people are like, I know I'm not a professional, but I just like to do it this way, and that's fine. I know some people just like to do their own hair. Please just be very careful. I just like to kind of pile it all up, and then I will be back after I rinse it out, and I'll let you know how long I left it on for, and then I'm also going to style it, so I will see you guys in a bit. So I just got done styling my hair, and this is how the toner turned out, and I left it on for 6 minutes. And I went back in the video while my hair was air drying for a little bit, and I noticed when I showed you earlier, it didn't really look yellow, but I promise you it was yellow toned. If you've ever bleached your own hair, or if you've seen it done, then you will know that bleach has a certain tint to it. And what I mean by that is it normally has like a yellow tone to it, and just regular bleached hair looks different than hair that is toned. Toner sort of fills in the bleach just to give it some sort of pigment to the hair, and that's basically all I wanted to do. So I gave tips and tricks throughout the video, and what I also want to talk about is purple shampoo and also purple conditioner. And these are the two that I recommend if you can't get professional products, or if you don't want to spend that much money on them. Then Sally's does have something called Shimmer Lights, and it is a purple shampoo, and I believe they have the conditioner, but I'm not quite sure. The one that I like is by Paul Mitchel, and it is the Paul Mitchel Platinum Blonde Shampoo, and this is basically just a purple toned shampoo. See in there. And what this does is tones your hair, or neutralizes your hair to try to get rid of any brassiness or unwanted yellow tones. And this one, I don't have my glasses on. I think, okay, it says wet hair, lather, and allow to remain on hair for 1 to 5 minutes, and then you rinse. And when I use the shampoo, I do not use the conditioner. The conditioner is the AG Hair Cosmetics Color Care line, and it's the Sterling Silver Conditioner, and this is also a pretty dark conditioner. You can kind of see right in the pump there. And this you only leave on for 1 to 3 minutes, and you have to be very careful with this one if you do use this one. I've seen other conditioners that are not as dark, and those ones aren't as potent. This one you have to be so careful with. It has turned my hair purple before, and if your hair does turn purple from a conditioner or a shampoo, it does wash out within a few washes, so don't freak out about it. Just let it kind of rinse itself out, because it's actually just staining the hair. It's not really permanently changing like toner would. If you have very porous hair, you have to be very careful using purple shampoo and conditioner. It will stain your hair, and it will more than likely turn it purple or a blue tone, so just be very careful when doing that. I use the shampoo almost every other day. I've also used it every day, and my hair is not too porous, so it doesn't turn that purple tone. It just neutralizes it for me. But I also don't leave it on for the full 5 minutes every single time. Sometimes what I will do is just use my normal everyday shampoo, and then I will use that one and leave it on for 1 to 2 minutes, just kind of depending on how my hair is looking. For the conditioner, I use that about once a week, and I am very careful when I use that one. I do not want it to turn my hair purple like it has done in the past. Also, what I want to go over is when to use what toner. Like I said earlier, you want to use an ash toner when you have orange tones in your hair. And you will know if it is orange or yellow, or you should be able to sort of gauge it. Purple toner only works if your hair is pale yellow or not even a dark yellow. It won't work. And what I would suggest, if your hair is like an in-between stage and you don't want to bleach it again, I would mix an ash with a purple or platinum toner, and I have done that before and it's worked out pretty well for me. Everybody's hair is going to be different, so you just have to sort of gauge it for yourself. And if you are too scared to just slap it on your whole head, I would suggest just doing like a test strip, like a little piece on like the underneath layer, like literally like that big. So then if it doesn't turn out the way you want, you can sort of adjust it to how you want it. Then that one piece would be the only piece that didn't turn out the way you were thinking it would. So I used a neutral base toner, and the reason I did that, like I said, was because I didn't want it to be too platinum or too ashy. I just wanted it to be a soft blonde. So I would recommend using a neutral or a natural toner if you're only wanting to sort of neutralize your blonde and make it just a little bit softer of a blonde. Like I said, I am a licensed cosmetologist, and these are just my tips and tricks. Take it for what it is. Everybody has different experiences, and my experience is not going to be the same as another hairstylist experience. So these are just my tips and tricks that have worked for me. Also, if you are unsure about doing it, I am going to repeat this over and over again. Do not do it yourself, please. I do not want to feel like I am responsible for messing somebody's hair up, so just please be careful when doing toner on yourself. And also, like I said earlier, I would not recommend bleaching your hair, but to each their own. If you feel like you can bleach your own hair, go for it. Just be very careful. Like I said, you have to be very careful with hair. It is already dead, but you don't want to completely fry off your hair either, or at least I don't, and it has happened to me, and it's actually the reason I had to go shorter, because I was not paying attention one time when I was bleaching my own hair and I lost track of time. And I'm going to make a video on that as well, also tips and tricks for growing out your hair, so stay tuned for that. So if you have any questions about toning your hair or anything else that's hair related, please just ask me down below, and I will be happy to try to help out as best I can. Over the internet, it is sort of hard when I can't see pictures or anything, so just ask me and I will try my hardest. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I'm wanting to do more videos like this, like how to do certain things at home. So if you have any questions, like I said, just ask me down below. And thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!